So, this is going to be real quick. Just a quick story of my life and the things that have happened. So, a few years ago, how old am I? 43? 43. So, I would have been 13, 12 or 13. We had just moved into an apartment, probably been there about a few months. And me and my siblings do our regular routine, get dressed, go to school, do what kids do, and come home. When we came home, we did not find our mother there. We didn't think anything of it. We tried calling her. Um, we still didn't think anything of it. So after a month later, we find our mother, and she has moved out. She has moved out. And people are like, wait, what? So I just seen this article how this kid came home to see his mom gone. And I was like, hey, that happened. That happened to me and my siblings. So this lady here with this man here, the kids came home, or the son, who was 12 years old, said his mother and the boyfriend moved out. While at school, the boy told police officers the apartment was empty when he got home. At least my mom left us furniture and food. And officers contacted Sanders and Adams on the phone. Adams told the officer the boy's mother had not abandoned him. What? So Sanders had merely moved in with him and that her son was not welcome at his home. So where was the boy going to go? Where? Take a look at these people. So where was the 12-year-old boy going to go? I don't know. And so a little bit, people are like, well, what happened, to you and your siblings? How come y'all didn't tell anybody? Well, we could have, but we didn't want to end up in the foster system. We didn't want to end up in foster care. And so my mom, when I was in the third grade, she was sexually assaulted by her boyfriend. And, she still had 4 kids to take care of. So she dropped her 4 kids off at her eldest sister and said, hey, please watch my kids for just a few days so I get my head together. She gave her food stamps. She gave her a bag of other things and some money and said, I'll be right back. And my aunt said, they can't stay here. They can't stay here. So we as children are like, what is happening? Kind of traumatized already because of the event that my mom had experienced. And soon as my mother left, my aunt called CYF. So CYF came and took us. So I was put in a group home. So I'm a third grader put in a group home with teenagers. My sisters went to stay with an elderly woman. And my brother, because he was a baby, I don't know where he went. The boy was 1, maybe 2. And we were there for over the weekend. And we just remember that is not for us. I remember being in a group home and they were like, you're not supposed to be here. What are you doing here? What did you do wrong? I didn't do nothing. Okay. Irresponsible adults. But anywho, so fast forward, we remember, and my sisters remember going to the older woman and have to go into the basement, and it was just not a good experience for them. No physical abuse, but maybe could have turned into that. And they were just very fearful. And so fast forward to 3rd grade to 8th grade, when my mother left, she has always left, like spur of the moment, maybe gone for a few days, not a whole month. And my sister happened to see her go into a building and followed her. Like, where are you going? Why are you trying to leave us, Mom? And so my mother, my sister came and got me, and we went down to the apartment. And sure enough, she had a whole efficiency all by herself. Like, didn't she think that the food was going to run out? the money was going to run out. How are we going to pay the bills? Because we were at the end. It's been almost a month, mother. But anywho, if you are struggling with your mental health and you have children, don't scream, don't cuss, don't yell at them. Go and get the help that you need. Never leave your children for a man, for a temporary fix, for a drug, for alcohol or whatever. Children are precious. They are God's gift. Understand the gift that God has given you. And if you have a child, it is a second chance for you to get it right, and to find your identity as a leader, as a teacher, as a friend. You have a pivotal role to play in this child's life. You are that child's first teacher. You are that child's first friend, and you can be that child's first bully. Don't be that. Don't be that. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a brief story about how my mother ran away, and we eventually found her. Thank God for siblings, because we were just cooking, cleaning, doing our homework because we were latchkey kids, and being great. But there's something to say about a struggling parent with mental health issues. And if I think she had issues maybe prior to third grade, before the rape, after rape. So even during that time, especially as Black and brown people and people in poverty, you just keep moving, pushing, pretending that the trauma's not there. And eventually, I believe for my mother, things were catching up to her years later, and she was struggling from a mental health standpoint. So if you have trauma, go and get the help that you need. Start working through it. Don't just try to put on the S on your chest and I'm a superhero, I'm Batman, I'm Spider-Man, or She-Woman, or whatever. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to get support. It's okay to say, I need a minute. Please watch these kids. It's okay to say, I'll be right back, but don't just run out, be right back to get reset and with a strategy, and be transparent and tell people what you need. Learn to communicate, because sometimes if we don't learn to communicate or how to communicate, it leads to, I believe, more strife, So I wish you well on your mental health journey, the mothers, the fathers, the parents, the caregivers, even caregiving for a loved one or a parent or a sibling or a child. It's hard. It's not easy. So no judgment, but take the time that you need and get the help that you need so that you can be the best version of yourself. Be the best version. We love you over here at God is My GPS. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Or back to work, I should say.